All right, let's take a look at SPX, and then we can start off on something else. Get rid of all this bullshit, and we can start off on the daily. Actually, let me use SPX 500 USD. All right, I've spoken about that multiple times. Let's just move on to this Monday's daily bias. I don't know why there's a candle here. That's weird. It's not even Monday. Anyway, we already know what's going on there. Daily. We have these daily lows. This daily low we could play within here. And right, has that daily low. This fair value gap here, I don't think it's coming back down for this. At least not yet. I don't think it's coming all the way back down here. Unless I gotta take a better look at it, so I'll see. Within this video, we'll see what I think. But we have, these are the points of liquidity on the daily, on the 4 hour. Same points of liquidity, but we have this 4 hour low instead. And so if it comes down here, I'm willing to see longs. Comes down here, you know, same thing. We have these two are actually, this and this is an equal high. So that's definitely high confluence of getting taken out. You know, what I would ideally like to see is that a sweep, at least like a 1 hour sweep probably. So let's find a 1 hour low. So we have these lows. And we have these lows. Right? So we have these lows and sweeps. We don't really have any fair value gaps because, I mean, other than this one we've been playing within, but kind of consolidation because Friday and Thursday and Friday were news days, but we've been playing inside this fair value gap, getting reactions, coming back in, reacting off of it. And we have these buy side liquidities that are actually completely equal highs. So this is very high confluence. I believe it's going to touch up here. You know, it's a matter of time if it wants to come down, sweep this, and then break structure to the upside on like a 15-minute. Or even if it wants to come down here, and then break structure to the upside, but I don't see it coming all the way down here. You know, it would be higher confluence, obviously, but I just don't see it happening. And if we were to find equilibrium, it's just underneath that low here. And so, yeah, we have these. So let's say this would probably be the setup. We could get rid of this fair value gap, but in the 15-minute, either tomorrow morning it's gonna come down, sweep down here or down here, or maybe just use one of these PD arrays to extend higher, because I'm ultimately bullish no matter, even though this has kind of been showing bearish bias kind of. I mean, obviously broke structure to the upside there. Let me check the hourly time frame. So besides this whole thing being consolidation, I think this is going to consolidate, and then expand on up, sweep out these higher. That's what I think. This could just be all a consolidation. Did it break structure to the downside? So this was the last break of structure. No, this was the last break of structure. Swept it, went back up, and then it did break. I believe it did. No, it didn't. Didn't break structure. So we're kind of just playing within a consolidation range. Like, this fair value gap has been used multiple times for here, respected it, rallied on up. And now we just gotta see what we're gonna work with tomorrow. If it's gonna come down here, sweep out these lows, or if it's gonna, you know, come up here. We also have, you know, those highs these two highs, they're completely equal. This was news, so it kind of just ran on up. News bluff. And we got this high on the 1 hour, which can be used to send price, you know, if you're looking for an intermediate short, even though it's going against my bias, because I am bullish. If you're looking for something like this, and then expansion, you could say, that could work too, but what I would like to ideally see is like it plays around within this range here. That's a range to play within, from this to this, within that range, and kind of I want to see it at least come down here, sweep one of those, break structures to the upside, and then look for longs off that. That would be ideal. And if we have any fair value gaps to play within, I don't really see other than this one, which is kind of just like chopped as fuck, but I'm still leaning bullish. You know, on the 4 hour, we broke structure to the upside last, I believe. So we could say this one was a breaking structure to the upside. Came all the way down, swept up this low, and went higher. All the way higher, create an equal high. And over here, we ended up breaking structure to the upside. Daily, we ended up breaking structure to the upside. Let me just see what regular SPX is saying. So in regular SPX, we ended up sweeping out these highs. And so we had these two down candles, like, but that could also be in news manipulation. And we also have a fair value gap here. I don't really see it coming down to here. I don't know why. I just don't see it, even though it's swept a higher time frame liquidity. It still has this to go through. Get that right on it. Alright, so as that, I mean, here it's looking like it's more likely to strike down here. I don't know if it wants to go that low. Ideally, we would see something like a sweep of this low, right? It doesn't close underneath, and it taps into that fair value gap, and then extends on the upside. That would be ideal. But on here, we have been playing inside this fair value gap where it literally wicked all the way down this and still was able to close above it. So it shows that we're actually respecting this. And on the 1 hour, we can remove this. 1 hour we were playing inside this fair value gap here. So showing that it's respecting that more. I don't see it coming into here if it hasn't even barely touched this one. I mean, it had 2 wicks in it. And we do have sell side liquidity here. And I believe it might close. Oh wait, it did close, so this is also sell side liquidity. And here, SPY side, just marking out all the highs, marking out some fair value gaps. There's really no order blocks to play with. This whole thing could be seen as an order block, but I mean, this kind of lines up with the fair value gap, so this kind of, you don't need to mark out really. If it just comes, taps down into here, this is high confluence, goes up. Right? Right. Okay. We can get rid of this because that's just conveying the sweep. And yeah, I'm bullish ultimately. There's no break structure to the downside. But it broke back structure to the upside. Okay. And we can move to the 15 minute. And yeah, so just like on the other chart, we're still playing within this range. And tomorrow morning is going to determine how we're going to go about this. I'll probably record tomorrow morning. So yeah, whatever this range, ideally I'd see a sell side liquidity sweep and an extension on the upside and a break of structure supporting that. That would be nice. I just want to look at the 5 minute. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we kind of got right now. And yeah, anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Buenas noches.